So after the latest setbacks from the last episode, things are looking up. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Turmoil Tranmere with me, GWFM. We're on episode 3 of season 2, and hopefully it's going to be a good one today. We've got a game against Wigan, but first there's a few things to get through, but I'll go ahead and start with the question of the episode, basically, question of the day. And that is, who is the worst player to ever play for your club? For me, it's arguable, there's a couple of them, but I'll probably have to say someone along the lines of Roque Jr. When he came on loan with massive expectations, he was a World Cup winner from the Brazil team that won in 2002, and basically he was like the worst defender ever known to man. So let us know who your worst player to play for your club is in the comments below. But there's also been a little bit of transfer activity since you last joined us, and we'll start with Ian. It's Fred Onyedinma. It's a bit of a hard one to say. I might just call him Fred. I'll do that now actually, just Fred will do, because it's a bit of a pain in the dick to say. So welcome Fred to the actual episodes and what have you. You might have noticed already, we sold someone for £1.2 million, and it's my best youngster that we had. I'm a bit gutted about this, because the board accepted it and had no option to protest. And I thought, right, nice one. But to be fair, it's a youngster, how can I protest it? That's probably why. But yeah, bit of a shame to see him go. Would have liked to see him progress, but it wasn't to be. Didn't see the point in loaning him back, because I wasn't going to be playing him yet anyway. So I just ended up taking the 1.2 million, got 700 grand or so for it in transfer budget, which I haven't spent any of it. And it was on deadline day? Yeah, deadline day, so if you wanted to go, you wanted to go. But since then, I've sent out Akira Simmons, because obviously I brought in Fred. And basically he's going to get less game time now than what he was already getting. So last chance saloon for him to impress at Harrogate Town, although he's deemed as a backup. Same goes with Devine Green. I know he scored early on, but I thought with Fred in, and I've got Gunshaw and Brewer can play on the right hand side. I can record Devine Green in January transfer window if needs be. I might take up that opportunity if it comes to it. But also Gribben can play on the right as well, so there's a lot of people that can play on the right, including like strikers basically. So it does see us in quite a difference here in terms of the turnover, so I'm quite pleased for that to happen. One other little thing, I want to quickly just go over the released players, because there are some players I missed out on, like some James Norwood, unsung heroes, now retired sadly. Ben Tollett, we've already seen. Jay McEverley, he was a scout or head of youth development with ones across the board. What a hero. Going back, other players, they've all seemed to have retired, likes of Liam Rydal, James Wallace. Jeff Hughes hasn't yet. He looks like he's on the verge of. Connor Jennings was another. Jake Kirby, he's still playing. He's been playing at Grimsby Town most recently. Not really doing anything these days. Andy Cook and Adam Dawson, they're both retired, as well as a couple of the others as well. Mitchell Duggan, Luke Pilling, amongst, I mean, you know them, you've seen them all already. Richie Sutton, still without, well, he's been at Stockport actually. He's actually currently at Stockport as a chief scout with judging player potential of 6 and 4 for the old current ability. So fair play to him for actually getting a job and started to show a little bit of improvement, because I'm pretty sure it were like 3s across the board. I can't remember exactly, but that's what that was. And then in the first season, Lionel Cole, if you remember him, the guy who was on £5 grand a week in the Vanarama National League, wanted to take 600 quid a week in the Vanarama North. So yeah, how the mighty have fallen. But since then, obviously the games that we've played, obviously since last time he joined us, which was the Burton doubleheader, and since then we've not really looked back. We've conceded every game, but we've scored quite a lot of goals. We've scored, 16 goals in 4 games, averaging 4 goals a game. Rotherham 4-1 at home, we beat them. It was very comprehensive, really. They got an early goal, and I felt a little bit worried. I thought, oh, is it going to start off with we're going to start the season with a bad run again, like we did last season? Not this time. Lavatory Shrek, Gribben getting a brace as well. Like, put them to the sword. It was fantastic. Then we had a game against Oldham, which I didn't mean to click on, so we'll do it from here again. And again, went 1-0 down again, and we came back straight away. Gribbin getting a goal, Lavatory getting a hat-trick, and Zolkamar getting his first game, Kalmar sort of getting his first goal this season. They got a late consolation to make it 5-2, but obviously the damage was already done. And I've done it again, Carlisle. Fry Badgers Carlisle. This time we went ahead, but they did get an equaliser not long after. They were bottom of the league at this point, and yeah, 4-1 win. Gribbin getting a brace again, Lavatory getting a goal, and Stephen Boyd getting his first goal for the club as well. So I'm very happy for him. James Tilley with the reply. And then most recently we played Wigan Athletic in the Johnson Paint Trophy. A game did get put back because of cancellation of for international duty. Will Grigg put us to the sword. We went 1-0 up after like literally a minute, less than a minite. Like I said, Emil Smith threw it. It was a B team sort of effective because it was the Johnson Paint, Checker Trade Trophy. Checkertrade.com. Been listening to TalkSport on the way home recently from work. Will Grigg then's got a brace to make him go to 1-up, and then the Gun Show got an equaliser just before half time. And then Callum Gribbin came off the bench to score the winner with 5 minutes to go. Very happy indeed. As a result, the table currently looks like this. We're currently 4th with a game in hand over everyone else. If we win said game in hand, then we will be top of the league, which is a fantastic start to the season. Undefeated so far. One of 3 teams left over. Obviously, we're playing... well, who are we playing again? I forgot who we're playing. Playing Wigan, who are currently in 10th. So it's going to be an interesting game. They all played their 7th game this season, and we only played our 5th. Bit bizarre. But look at this. Dominating here. Average ratings. Gribbin and Lavatory dominating. Callum Gribbin obviously still the best player in the world, of course, but in League One at the minute is still dominating. Brewster with 5 assists so far. Callum Gribbin with 2 man of the matches. It's all rosy. It's all shit hot at this moment in time, and long may it continue. Next up, though, I'm going to highlight the fact that we were manager of the month, and it had to be, didn't it? Really, we've performed the best in the league so far, in my opinion, despite obviously playing a game less and as a result of not being top of the league. But fantastic performance from us. But also, when I'm not clicking on the wrong thing once again, even though I highlighted it without me really knowing. Player of the month was Callum Gribbin and the young player of the month. So Gribbin just swept the awards, and so did I basically. So very happy with our start indeed. Then moving on to our finances, obviously it's looking very healthy. 2 million call it. And that's largely a result of the sale, of course. Making board requests is still a bit of a pain in the arse. Improved training facilities, I can actually do it. Let's do it live. Coming to a cinema near you. Maybe not a cinema, but anyway. Maybe to a TV screen if you link to your phone. Right, let's have a gander. Right, what I'm going to choose is, now with the club now in a better financial position, which we are. I've tried this at 1.4 million, I think, and it didn't work. Let's try it. Ah, yes! We agree that the training facilities need to be improved, therefore we will do this right away. Rightly so, Mark Palios. Remember the dark days when you were trying to sack me? Not bad. But anyway, yeah, it's going to cost 1.8 million, which is why. So those 2 sales of the 2 players, Cousins and Coin, they've provided us with the coin to go ahead and do the training facilities. So it's going to be another year or so, just like slightly longer than a year, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Very pleased with that. In terms of our top prospects, I'm going to highlight the best ones really. We've got Marcus Bessie, who's one that's not going to be really playing, but I'm hoping he can feature in like the friendlies and whatever that they have. You can see he's progressing quite well. Do with his tackling and marking and heading improving, obviously, but still waiting on that. But his physicals are very, very good still. The Gun Show shouldn't even be on that list. Sam O'Connor had a lot of greenery last time I checked him. It seems to have all disappeared, but he's showing some promise at 16 years old. Lee Kennedy, of course, the man, the myth, the legend in real life. No one knows him except me, but never mind. And then Nicky Webb. These are like the main, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Students, what do you want to call it? What do they call them now? Apprentices. There we go. Regan Mitchell, 16-year-old goalkeeper, showing some improvement as well. So yeah, that's the best of the youngsters. Now let's have a gander at the team we're playing today. And it is Wigan Athletic, and they've got Neil Lennon in charge. He's a decent manager, although most of what he won was at Celtic, where I've mentioned before, I could win at Celtic. You might not have seen it actually, it might have been on the Leeds rant video. But yeah, he's a very good manager basically. We've got their key man, who is Max Power. It looks decent to be fair. 13s across the board on average, I reckon. A couple of 14s here and there, but also some 12s and 11s. So yeah, he's going to be an interesting opponent. He's going to be playing, looking at it, unless he's having a rest. It's a little bit tired. But yes, this is who we're going to be coming up against. Wigan, of course, used to be in the Premier League for quite a lengthy period. Then they got relegated in 2012-13. And yeah, they ended up down in League One, which was a shame, really. One of my mates when I was growing up, he was a Wigan fan. So I always remember Wigan fondly because of him. But yeah, they've basically languished in this division since the game began, basically. I just want to bring to your attention the one and only Craig David. You saw him in the last episode, on the first episode of the season, sorry, with his searching for a top defender and a ball-winning midfielder. And yeah, here he is. He may or may not be Scottish, but I've managed to get his face in the game and choose a nickname for the Scottish guy. That's how I've done it. But yeah, very happy to have him in. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a few more sketches like that. If people enjoy it, of course. The feedback I got for that episode was very, very good, and I'm really thankful for that, so thank you. Right, so here we go. Before I go into the team lineups, I just want to say that Malumbi, he's knackered from playing international duties. Kalmar is still off on international duty, so it's a little bit shit in terms of what we've got. Malumbi is knackered, so he's completely out of the team, and Connor Smith could come in and make his first appearance of the season. However, into this game, and they've got Ingram in goal. They've got Roberts at right back, Husband at left back with Zeki Friars and Diar in centre-back positions. They've got Leonard with Power and Towell either side of him. Samuelson as an attacking midfielder right, Oz Tuma on the left, and then Morris up top of his own. It's a completely different side to what we used. We used the gun show, we used Diallo and Muratori and Clegg in the last game, so we've got quite a few changes as well. Hopefully we can get the better of them today at the DW Stadium. Come on boys, let's kick some ass. Carry on where you finished off last night. Well, last time, because we finished by beating the same team we're playing now. Probably won't happen again, I'll be honest with you, but that's a nice sea of green nearly. Let's get into them. Come on boys, let's continue this form. This form has been absolutely fantastic, and the way we've played and the chances we've created has been immense. There's only that first game against Burton that you saw where we've been dominated, so it's positive really. Good challenge from Power early on. Right, early chance, Cribbin plays in a free kick, sent away to Samuelson. Brewer controls it, plays it to Shrek, Shrek turns, plays it Clegg hitting his first goal this year is offside. Celebrating like a gimp. Right, they've got a highlight in our half. Morris plays it in, Samuelson knocks it across to Power to score, does score as well. Had all the time in the world, could have literally gone to left the ball there, gone to the toilet, come back after wiping his ass several times, and then passed it into the net. He had that much time. Bit of a shame really. Morris played it across, like I said, and it's gone all the way across. What happened with the camera there? But never mind. Devastated. Right, got another highlight, half an hour mark. It looks like it's starting with Wigan. Now it's Towell. Forward, it's to Morris. Nice quick slick pass in from Wigan. Power. Plays it through. Morris is there. It's hit the post. It's a let off for us. That's gone out of play and curved in. Back into play somehow. Okay. I can't believe how poor we're doing here, actually. You know, Snell sends it away. Samuelson on the ball now. Smashes it over. But we've been dominating teams. And now, all of a sudden, now we come to the live com, we're doing shit. I mean, we even dominated them in the Johnson Pain with our B team. Albeit they were obviously had their B team. So that is largely disappointing, is that performance. And I'm going to tell them that as well. I expect a better showing because that was absolutely dog shit. Let's tell the other players exactly that as well. Not happy with your performance. Don't want to say it calmly, but a lot of motivation there. Hopefully they can kick on in this half and at least get an equaliser. I'd like to, you know, take as many points as possible early doors, get to that safety mark straight away, and then we can build from that. That's how I generally go about my business anyway when I'm playing Football Manager. I did a bit of an encouragement and the highlight disappeared. Right, so it's time to make some changes, seeing as nothing's happened, so just give us a moment. Right, so I'm going to bring on Fred for, what's his name, the gun show, and Connor Smith on for the Diallo, whatever it's called, new guy. Purely for the fact that it might offer a little bit more in terms of physicality, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Well, this is an interesting game. Nothing seems to be happening. They seem to be completely cancelling us out. Let's try and change up the tactics somewhat. Let us not play out of defence. Let's clear the ball to flanks and, you know, just do it! Or whatever. Let's try it. Right, so still nothing is happening. So we're going to go overload. We're going to go the all-out attack sort of option. We are going to make a change as well. We're going to bring on an attacking midfielder in Stephen Boyd. It's well suited for him if he decides he wants to come on. Cheers, mate. And we're going to put him as a shadow striker, which is his preferred position as well. So this should be pretty damn awesome. For some reason, Smith now is not a ball-winning midfielder. And defend, thank you very much. He can play a slightly ball-winning midfielder. Ball-winning even. Learn to speak, G. Get attacking. And yeah, we're going all out for it now. Let's go very fluid as well. Why in the hell not? Confirm changes. I think do a team talk. Never mind. They're only just making their first change, and it's a bit of a shame, is this really? Come on, boys. We've got to get a highlight. At least one. Come on. This is dreadful. Oh, here we go. Oh, they've got a highlight. Never mind. Powers on the ball. Puts it to Cole. To Vernon out. Now the counter-attack is on. Shrek's on the ball. Look at the shady acres. Never mind. It's found Brewer. Brewster even. Brewster. Oh, that was like a boss on the pass. He's put it wide, though. It's a corner. It's a tackle. Right. There's a chance. There's 1 minute left. Come on, boys. Equaliser. This is what we want. Shrek. Puts it to Brewster. Somehow he gets there. Felt like the defender was favourite. It's crossed in towards. But it's headed away by Dior. Now Lewis should get there. Squared it. He does. Smith. Play it wide. He does. Great ball to Tavernier. Plays it in. It's a poor ball in. It's cleared away. And now Wigan have got men overloaded. It's like 5 against 6 even against 4. It's played to Power. Tries to play it through. It's a bit of a two lucky ricochets. It finds its way to Towel. Can he whip it in? Whoosh! Right, you know. See what I did there. Power puts it wide. Come on, boys. Demand more for the last 3 seconds. Come on. 30 seconds to go. Come on. Last minute equaliser. How many times do we have equalisers against us? Come on, Tavernier. Get there. Cheers, mate. Right. Hoofs into the corner. Fred should get there. He does. He's offside, though. What a shame, man. At the start, I knew I shouldn't have stopped playing it. You know, the idea was, you know, we were playing. The idea is that if you turn it off and you're on an awesome run of form, turn it back on, and then you always do shit. So, yeah, awesome. Cheers, game. Never mind, we'll go to the dressing room. It does mean it was a very quick game. It was one of those games, I suppose, but morale is decent, so I'm going to say I'm happy because the morale was decent. Bit of a shame, but never mind. We move on to the next game, which we'll jump to now to see when we're going to be coming back. So I think we're going to come back for Doncaster Rovers. Doncaster Rovers, obviously a team in like, well, it's fairly near to me. So it's a team that I know fairly well. I remember the times when they had like Woods and Stock in the middle of the park. They were pretty good. They were yo-yoing between the Championship and League One. But now they seem to be yo-yoing between League One and League Two. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're going to come back for Doncaster Rovers. Hopefully you can join us for that. Right, so that's it, guys. Not the result we wanted, unfortunately, but we go again. Play a couple of games now, see where we are in about, I think it's about 7 games time, something like that. And then, yeah, hopefully we'll move on. But hopefully you have enjoyed it regardless. If you have, want to go ahead and press that like button. Greatly appreciate it if you do, as is subscribing if you are indeed new. And don't forget as well, please, you know, share the video around or whatever that you need to do. But also, don't forget to leave the comments, the likes, watch the duration of the video. It all helps the channel grow. If you'd like to see my channel grow, it'd be greatly appreciated if you did. And you know, go ahead and do those things. It all helps with the channel growth. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, against Doncaster Rovers, I will see you then. Bye bye.